Hey, what's up guys? Joker here. Today I wanted to talk to you about Red Dead Redemption 2, which I know is a little bit odd for this channel considering this is a PC gaming channel, and as of right now, Red Dead Redemption 2 is sadly a console exclusive, as I, just like many of you, would much rather be playing this game on the PC and having higher frame rates, more graphics options, higher graphical fidelity. Very likely as well will probably be in the PC version once it does eventually release, which we don't know when that's going to happen, but in all likelihood it will come out at some point in the future. I think Rockstar would be absolutely insane to not put this game out on the PC because it is so much money that is being left on the table if they chose not to. I mean, the game came out on PC a couple of years, I'm talking about GTA 5 now. GTA 5 came out on the PC a couple years after it came out on consoles, and that was back in 2015 on PC, and now here we are in late 2018, and there are still typically over 50,000 active players concurrently on Steam playing GTA 5, and that's only Steam players. You could also get the game through the Rockstar store and play it that way, which is how I own it. So very likely there are anywhere between 50 and 100,000 players at any given moment with a game that came out in 2013 and 2015 on the PC. And add on top of that, many of them are likely playing GTA Online, which, as we know, has been a complete cash cow for Rockstar. So it would be insane for them to not eventually bring this game to the PC. But I wanted to talk to you mostly in this video about my impressions of the game, and hopefully for some of you out there answer the question as to whether or not it's worth picking up now, or should you wait the possibility of 1 to 2 years before this game could come out on the PC. But first, today's video is brought to you by ZeroAnd9.com, where you could save money on PC games for all of your favorite platforms like Steam, Origin, Uplay, and more, as well as software like Windows 10 Pro or Microsoft Office Pro 2016. And if you use the code JOKERW at checkout, you can save 22% off your copy of Windows, which would bring the price down to $12.47, or you could use the code JOKER-S at checkout, where you can save 10% on the entire website for anything you pick up over there. Please check out the link down in the description below. So, Red Dead Redemption 2 came out just this past Friday, only a few days ago, and I have about maybe 10 to 15 hours in the game so far, and I'm at 20% story completion, so there is still many more hours to go in this game, and I feel like I am definitely getting my money's worth for $60 on this game. I am playing the PS4 version on the PS4 Pro, so it does have enhanced resolution and it gets a little bit better performance than the standard PS4 or the standard Xbox, but the Xbox One X appears to be the best version. Right now I just don't own the X, I own a PS4 Pro, because I think the exclusives on the PS4 Pro are much better, and on top of that, the Xbox exclusives that are out there, for the most part, they're all on the PC, and all future ones will be available for Windows 10 as well, so really not much reason for me to own an Xbox One X in all honesty, because I'm mostly using the PS4 for exclusives, which is why I picked it up. I picked it up so that I could play God of War originally. I really wanted to play God of War and MLB The Show, and at the time when I picked it up, I said in a video that I wasn't going to get any games that were playing at 30 frames per second, because as someone that loves high refresh rate, 120, 144 hertz gaming on the PC, seeing games at below 60 frames per second can be really jarring for a PC gamer initially. However, I found out with Spider-Man, which came out in September, which I picked up, completed, absolutely love that game. Spider-Man is probably my game of the year right now. Red Dead Redemption 2 might overtake it. I haven't finished it yet, obviously, but as of right now, Spider-Man is my game of the year, which I never thought I would be saying for a console game, let alone a console game that runs at a locked 30 frames per second. But what that game kind of showed me is that I can enjoy games at 30 frames per second when it's worth playing it, for games that are that good, that are as good as Spider-Man is, because I don't find the frame rate as much of an issue sitting back on my couch like 6 to 8 feet away on a big screen television. It's not as, it doesn't really encumber me as much as it would with sitting in front of a monitor. If I'm sitting in front of a monitor, you know, maybe about 1 to 2 feet away from my face, that frame rate difference is much more apparent to me as opposed to sitting back on the couch and playing it on a television. So for PC gamers that are really worried about, the frame rate, as someone that is a huge stickler when it comes to frame rates, I mean, if you've been around the channel for a while, you know I complain a lot about frame rates. I can tell you that the frame rate in Spider-Man as well as Red Dead Redemption 2 has not gotten in the way of me enjoying these games at all, and I was really surprised by that. So the frame rate is not an issue for me right now, although obviously I would love to be playing at 60 FPS or higher. No one is ever going to tell me that 30 FPS is better than 60 FPS and have me believe them, because it's just not. Animations look better at 60 frames per second and higher, and I strongly believe that, but as I said, I'm still enjoying this game because it was worth it for me to play it on the console right now, because I just felt like I couldn't really wait 1 to 2 years. And the story is impeccable. The characters are really good. The combat is a little difficult for me. I'm not really good aiming with a controller, but they kind of have like a lock-on aim assist system, so that definitely helps me out in terms of aiming, but I would definitely rather have no aim assist with a mouse and keyboard in a perfect world. But as I said, it's not really enough to detract away from the story, the characters, the world building, all of that stuff. The world building I'm actually enjoying. Probably one of my favorite things in the game so far, being able to kind of build up your camp, customizing your characters, and adding on different things to the gang camp so that it can unlock different features in the world. Interacting with the characters there that you're seeing on a regular basis outside of like the main towns and the cities and everything. And so far I've enjoyed all of that, the story, the missions. It's just a lot of fun being a cowboy, baby. I'm a cowboy. I've been going around all week and telling my girlfriend, I'm a cowboy. You listen to me. I'm a cowboy. I'll hog tie you and put you on a railroad tracks, because I've done that in Red Dead Redemption and Red Dead Redemption 2. And it's a lot of fun being a cowboy, baby. And it is very much like for Rockstar games. I mean, everyone knows the typical Rockstar formula, like GTA 5, and I think this is their best work yet, honestly, because of the different things. The world building, it really kind of makes the game almost feel more like an RPG, even though you don't really have like a skill tree or anything like that. It definitely feels more of like an RPG, the way you're interacting with characters, building relationships by doing favors for them. It reminds me a lot of a BioWare game in that sense, and there are actually it's not all conversations, but in some conversations you do have the ability to go one way or the other and have different response options. It's not very frequent, but it's there every once in a while, and you do feel like the things that you say can definitely make an impact on the way that the story is going to go. So all of these things kind of combined make it almost like I said, like a BioWare game, but from Rockstar, and it's in the Wild Wild West, and I just could not have been happier playing it. So for people that are on the fence, I would say if you already own a PS4 Pro or an Xbox One X, I would say you are doing yourself a strong disservice if you don't go out and pick up Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, is it worth picking up one of these consoles just to play Red Dead Redemption 2? I think a strong case could be made for it, as well as when you add in the other exclusives as well, at least for the PS4 Pro. I really can't advise any PC gamers to go out and get the Xbox One X for the exclusives, for the reasons I mentioned previously. Their games are on the PC. But the PS4 Pro, I think that console is definitely worth its value for, what was $400 I think I paid for it, and so far I've picked up like 5 games for it, and every one of them has been great. I do want to go back, actually, after seeing how much I was able to, withstand the 30 frames per second of Spider-Man and now Red Dead Redemption 2, I'm thinking about going into the back catalog of some games on the PS4. I'd like to pick up Detroit Become Human, possibly Bloodborne, and some other games that maybe I was hesitant because of the frame rate issues and all of that. So I might go back and play some of those games now. So as I said, I've been super happy with Red Dead Redemption 2. And given how good the exclusives are on the PS4 Pro, I would say for a PC gamer, it is definitely worth picking up if you're just a fan of games. If you like video games, it's worth picking up a PS4 Pro for the exclusives alone. Even if you're going to play every other game that's a multi-platform title that's available on the PC, if you're going to play those on the PC, it's still worth picking up a PS4 Pro for their exclusives, because Spider-Man, as I said, possibly my game of the year, easily the game of the year right now. I won't know until I complete Red Dead Redemption 2 and until, like Fallout 76 comes out and Battlefield 5. I don't know what's going to happen, but story-wise, I think Spider-Man might probably be my game of the year by the end of 2018, which was a huge surprise to me. So I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here, guys. I do look forward to your thoughts and feedback down in the comments below. So I can, interact with you guys and get your thoughts about it. If you picked up Red Dead Redemption 2, let me know how you're enjoying it. Has the frame rate impacted your enjoyment of the game at all? And if you're considering picking up a PS4 Pro, definitely let's discuss that below as always. And I'd be happy to answer any questions for you that maybe I didn't get around to answering in this video. Okay, so I will actually follow this up with Red Dead Online. Yeah, that's not out right now. It's not available in the game at launch, but they did say it is going to be coming later. It says right on the back of the box that it supports 2 to 32 players over the network, so eventually we should see Red Dead Redemption Online, which will probably be just as good, if not even better and more robust than GTA 5 Online, which I'm definitely looking forward to. And that's something, I'll probably, if they have like co-op missions like the heist in GTA 5, I will probably do those in the online on the console. But for any sort of multiplayer stuff, like, competitive, like going against people in matches like team deathmatch and things like that, I would probably wait for the PC version personally, mostly just because of aiming with the mouse and keyboard, and I really don't want to be playing with a bunch of people using aim assist. It doesn't really sound very fun to me. But definitely co-op stuff I would love to see implemented into Red Dead Online, and hopefully we will see that in the future. And yeah, as I said before, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I look forward to the discussion below. If you enjoyed this video, leave a thumbs up on it. If you're new around here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and I will see you all tomorrow for another video, if I can possibly pull myself away from the PS4 Pro to play from Red Dead Redemption long enough to make a video, because even with all of the computer hardware that I have here, like $1,200 RTX 2080 Ti's and $600 9900K, it feels borderline criminal to be spending my time playing a game at 30 frames per second. So yeah, wrap your brain around that. But as I said, I'll see you guys at some point in the future once I'm done getting over my Red Dead addiction for another video. It's alright.